Hey dudes and chicks, and neither of those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to Big for Less Time. My name is Katie. Today, I'm going to be popping this palette, Sherry. This is the Moonfall palette by, oh my god, look at this mess on my fingers, holy shit. This is the Moonfall palette by Shroud Cosmetics. The color story looks like this, and apparently it was a bundle of singles, and she made it into a palette. The color story is beautiful, and I actually got this as a subscriber gift for Valentine's Day from Annette. Thank you so much, my girl. Sorry it took me so long to film this. I actually have been like deathly fucking sick for a really long time, and so I kind of took a little vacay and like was sick during that, and then just got worse and worse and worse, which like prolonged my absence. So anyways, I'm really glad to be back, and I'm really like fired up. I have a lot of really cool stuff to film with, and so I'm pretty excited to bring that shit for you guys. I'm bringing it. First things first, I'm going to film with this, and so this is the color story, and my last experience with the Shroud palette was actually challenging, and honestly, like, it was a subscriber roller coaster where like I had just uploaded this video where I got a shitload of subscribers from it, while at the same time I was like losing a ton of subscribers from the video that I did with the Shroud Cosmetics palette. And so that was the last time I've tried anything by Shroud or even actually been interested. One of my subscribers, it's T Lollyrot on Instagram, he was like wanting to get me this palette. Him and I chat a lot, and he loves Shroud, and so basically like his interest in this palette and his desire to get this for me is what like piqued my interest. And once he pointed it out to me, I was like, it was over. One of my subscribers helped me get it because I didn't have the money to get it, and so thank you so much, Yana, for you saved my ass on that one. And also thank you, T Lollyrot, for like pointing my head in this direction. If you guys are curious to see how I feel about this palette, or see how I got this look, or if you just like to watch, then hang out. Okay, I'm gonna kind of take it old school. I'm gonna go back to using my Voldemorphy M506 to start, and I'm a little confused about what I want to do. I'm gonna tell you what my concerns are. So my concerns are all of these colors can go together. I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking I could even mix the purple and the green together. Like, I'm pretty sure I could pull that off. There's no lightest shade, and so the lightest shade in this palette is this, and I'm certain that this is gonna be rich and deep to be like a brow bone color, right? Like a blending, like a transition shade or whatever, which the transition shade is actually the middle shade, but like transitioning on up, it's the end, there's no end shadow. So I'm gonna have to be really careful about going to my brow bone, or else I'm gonna have a look that I'm probably unhappy with. Just my experience tells me that when I go too deep all the way to the brow, I usually end up liking those looks less than sometimes. You know, I was thinking about the look that I did with the look that I'm thinking of right now that I was a little unhappy with because of that fact was the Secrets of the Fae palette. I was a little bit unhappy with. And frankly, I feel like the color story, I'm not trying to be some kind of way, but like thinking of it, the color story is actually fairly similar. And so I'm not saying that Shroud didn't come up with a unique and amazing color story, because it fucking is, and I'm super happy with it. I'm just saying that the last time I did a look that had like, that was sort of this setup, I could have been happier with the look if I wouldn't have gone as high to the brow bone with those deep toned, rich shades. So I'm going to start with, and also I don't know what I'm going to start with because I want to start with Folklore. I'm wearing a purple and green outfit, and I want to start with Folklore. And so I'm wearing this. These are my, it's leg up leggings day. Those are my leggings, and then I'm wearing this like long, well, you can't see how long it is, but I'm wearing a long like sweatshirt with this shirt, and I'm actually hot right now, so I'm going to take it off. So ultimately, I want it to be more purple than green because that's just what I want. Sorry that I look at myself all the time in the mirror. It's because I love my face. Sometimes I love it less than others, but you know, you just like catch yourself and you're like, hey girl, what's up? You little cutie, I like your hair. Actually, if I saw myself right now in the store, I would be like, dude, I love your hair. So I'm going into Forkmore. And this is actually a really cool tone purple, which it looks a little bit warm in the pan, so that's nice. And I'm just gonna keep this like a toiga in the crease and the outer V. And maybe I can actually, okay, this is actually a really deep shade. I'm telling you, I have a feeling that green is gonna be deep. So I guess I'm just gonna talk about what's on my mind. Essentially, like, I'm gonna talk about how like brands, it gets so sticky because in the beauty community, beauty community is built with real people, and we're kind of tight in a weird way. Like, the beauty community is tight, and we're like tight and supportive in a really strange way. And so when brands do things, I'll say, I feel like there's sometimes questionable things that happen, and we have cancel culture, and that's like a thing. We don't need to vote for motherfuckers with our dollars if we don't like them. Like, that's period. Like, you don't need to talk shit about them. You don't need to promote them. You don't need to do either. But we don't have to vote for motherfuckers with our dollars if we don't like them. That's just period. Like, I don't have to like somebody. Like, I don't have to disrespect them. I can still be supportive, but I don't have to vote with their dollars. I can still be respectful, but I don't have to vote with my dollars. And so, period. Like, that's it. We don't have to vote for people with our dollars just because we don't like them. Like, we don't have to have a reason. We don't need to justify it, whatever. But sometimes things get so sticky because, and I'll tell you why it gets sticky with me, is because although I trust people, I know that people can get highly charged with emotion. And I know, okay, so for me, I'm just going to bring this in here because I can't fucking help myself. I am ruled by Mercury in two of my big three. So Mercury is the planet of intellect and communication, as you guys recall. And so, like, I am a really, like, I'm highly charged. I'm highly emotional. I'm a very passionate person. But when it comes to my, like, decision making, I really rely on logic. I can respect people that need to trust their emotional awareness to make decisions. Like, I get that. Like, that's them. They have to do that. Also, like, I don't necessarily, if somebody is like an emotionally charged person and they know that they can trust their emotions, that's fine. But I know that most of us can't trust our emotions. A lot of us can't. Some of us are very well in tune with our emotions, and we're very well in tune with the workings of other people, and we're very intuitive, and we're very able to, like, be tapped in to that piece of somebody. But there's a lot of motherfuckers on this planet that are really great people. They're great. We love those people. We love those people. They're the lovers and the fighters, right? And that doesn't mean that we can necessarily follow their choices when they're led by emotion. And also, can we just get a hell yeah on how many times we have got emotionally charged and made a rash decision based on a mistaken fucking interpretation of what was going on, like when we're mistaken. And so it's really hard. Shit gets sticky. This looks really fucking cute. Just saying. I'm going to go in with my Refer 14, and I'm a little nervous about it because it might not. I'm going to go in with a crown brush, my Crown C528, which, quite frankly, I'm pretty sure is the same as Morphe. If that's not a Morphe M506, I don't know what the fuck is. You know what I mean? So, I'm not sure who I heard a long time ago do a comparison. I think it might have been Stephanie Nicole, who she doesn't really do shit anymore. Okay, I'm going to go into Moon Moss, and I'm going to go, where am I going to go? I'm going to go in the inner corner for sure. Wait, what am I going to do? God damn it. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm going into Moon Moss, and I'm going to go into the inner corner, and then I'm going to go 50% on and 50% off, and I'm going to just barely blend this out. I'm just going to tap this on there, see what happens. I'm going to do the thing that's not going to work, and then I'm going to be like, why isn't this working? I've been here before with Shroud, using these small brushes like this, having problems, and then having to, like, readjust my Did I secretly know that inside? So I was just like compelled to use Morphe M506 when I've actually been really enjoying using something else. Okay, because what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use this to tap this on and blend out this piece right here. If this doesn't work, it's no fault of the shadow. It's only me trying to fucking do things that don't work. Now I'm going in with my Refer number 14 and I'm gonna use this to blend this out and just kind of lay this on and make the edges a little softer and lighten this up as I go out. So with no additional product, I'm just pulling this up. I'm not gonna go all the way to the brow bone because I'm not gonna like that. We've already established that. I know that to be true. I'm not gonna like it. That's actually pretty nice. Okay. Yeah, I love that. And I'm pulling this down into my crease. Okay, I can dig it. And I'm just kind of just barely tapping this up so that at the very brow bone, I'm gonna have bare skin, but everything else is gonna be just the faintest shade of green. Okay, I can dig that. I can dig it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm probably gonna do that off camera. Yeah, that actually blended really nicely. And I feel like it has to do with the stickiness of my P. Louise primer, but this worked out famously. This worked really nicely. I really think that the Shroud formula does not play well with smaller, more dense brushes. It just doesn't. I could be wrong. It has been my observation that with the P. Louise primer, my skills do not work as well when I use smaller brushes. There. So yeah, which leads me back to what I was talking about. So because that brush worked so well, I probably shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth, but I'm gonna use my Wayne Goss number 19 because I'm certain that the Wayne Goss number 19 and the fucking Refer 14 are identical. So I'm gonna go back into Folklore with that, and I'm going to deepen that up and then blend it as well. And it's gonna brown up a little tiny bit, but I think we're gonna be okay. That looks really good. I actually look like the Incredible Hulk. That really looks amazing. I actually love it. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna go in with these smaller brushes and I'm gonna do my under eye. Has anybody been able to tell the difference between Shroud currently and Shroud when it was still being hand pressed? I'm just curious. I'm not like I don't have a ton of experience with Shroud, so I'm just curious. Does anybody notice a difference? Because these shadows seem to be packed really nicely. Not too much, not too little, just really nice. There's not too much kick up. There's not too little kick up. It's just really nicely pressed. And so does anybody have any insight as to whether or not they've noticed a difference from before she, because when the Butte Bean collab happened and she was really struggling, she, got a press and just kind of started doing things differently. That was a really amazing learning experience for her, I think. And it was really pretty cool to watch her go through that. And, painful growth is really, it sucks, but it's cool to watch people come out the other side and see how they grow through it. If they grow through it. We're all entitled to a growth experience. So yeah, anyways, as I was saying, I guess I just feel like it's hard to trust one person's interpretation of what's going on because if they're emotionally charged. It's also it's just hard to know what to do. And so it gets sticky with the beauty community, with brands, because if you want to you know, give a brand another chance or something, it's really difficult because like it's hard to know what the truth is. And so I don't know, I've really been contemplating this lately as I've been kind of getting to know somebody that has, you know, gone through some shit. And I guess what I'm gonna finish with on that is that it'll be interesting to see how that person pulls through, and it'll be interesting to see how people react. And I definitely look like the Hulk. I mean, I kind of am the Hulk, so I'm not denying it. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna, I can't stop with this. What? I can't stop greening up this look. I'm sorry, you guys, I just can't. How much time do I have? I don't have enough time for all this green. Well, you will come back, my fucking whole face will be green. I seriously can't stop. Okay. I look like a zombie. Shit. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna use the Unearthly UC88 to apply NYX Glitter Primer. I'm gonna blow this. I am really happy with the way these fucking mattes are performing. Like, the purple is fantastic. The green is blending nicely. I'm gonna use my Zoeva 232, the bigger one, and I'm gonna go into Devotion. And I'm gonna put that across the top. Ooh, that is really, that's a really satisfying lay down. That was really satisfying. It's like shimmery, and also, oh, I just went into Artifact, the green. And I think the Artifact does have a little bit of a shift, I just saw. That was super satisfying, laying that shimmer, and how the glittery, like little tiny glitter shimmer particulates kind of just fanned out. That was a good fucking time. I'm not gonna lie about that, not even a little tiny bit. That looks really good. Oh my god, this green is pretty outstanding. And I'm just gonna kind of spread this up and see if I can get those shimmers a little more diffused. And then I'm gonna go into Folklore, the purple, and kind of just give that a little, and then dip that back into Artifact and kind of just tap it. And then go into Devotion and just pull that back again. I'm in love. I'm in love with this. Yeah, that looks so good. I'm gonna actually go into the Moon Moss and kind of just and then where's my Big Daddy at? I'm gonna use the Kaleidos S1 and I'm just gonna blend this. I'm gonna blend everything to crazy. Okay, wait. Methinks I'm gonna go into Artifact and put some of that on my lower lash line. And there's no real inner corner highlight shade, so I think I'm gonna use Chimera, and I think I'm gonna use, oh wait, yeah, Chimera for sure. I'm gonna use it to do my inner corner highlights. So I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face, and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the Manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I have no idea what these lashes are. They're not Rouge and Rogue. They're like Ardell's or some stupid thing. I ripped my Ardell's apart, or my shit. So today was like a superbly bad lipstick day. I went to put on my Purgatory, I think it is, by Black Moon Cosmetics, and this happened. Again. It's the second one that I've actually pulled out and the fucking thing was broken off. So that pisses me smooth the fuck off. And I tried to do it anyway and force it and it didn't work. And then there's always something about this color of green that always makes me feel, I don't know, I just don't love it that much. So I decided I had a green lipstick on and I didn't like that, so I took it off. So I mixed Linda and Angela by Unearthly Cosmetics to create like this color, and then I used this Unearthly Molten Chrome, one of the shifty ones, not the glitter flakes or whatever, and I gave myself a wing because I really like the way the wing looks with my new hairdo. And so I'm gonna be working on that. Plus I put these little dots right here because I did a live on Friday and I tried to do it like a graphic liner and like fucked it up so bad. So I'm just trying to redeem myself and like get some more practice and do a little better. I also used my Melt Cosmetics cream blush light in Polished, which I could have changed after I did it before, which never works out for me. And then I used my Chimera, Rituel de Fille Chimera highlighter, and then I thought I looked like way too serious with all the green. And so then I went back in. So the Chimera is green. It's a cream. It's the cream of greens, actually. It's the cream of the greens. And then I went back in and used the Fawn to kind of purple it up, which this is like a pinky shift. Super fucking cute. So now I'm basically like shifting from green to pink, purple, fuchsia. And then I actually put on Golden Olive by my NYX Slide On Glide On All Day Hard On in Golden Olive. And I actually kind of want to be careful with using this because I don't think they make these anymore, which why does everybody have to discontinue the only things that are good and like continue to make things that are shit? I'm not sure. So that's a mystery. Anywhoosies, I think I like it a little bit better. I think it looks a little more playful and a little more bold with the like brighter pinky purple fuchsia mix blended to it. Now, the performance of this palette is good. The color story is good. The shimmers are, okay, so here's what I want to say. The shimmers are not disappointing. They're fucking amazing, but they're like different than what I'm used to in the sense of they're not as foiled and they're not shifty. They have a glimmer glitter, sparkly. They're sparkly in a way that's like spreadable and fairy-like. It actually looks like moon dust. Like this color Devotion actually looks like moon dust. And so I can't fucking complain about that for 1 second. I really like the shimmers in this palette and I really like the color story. And I just wish I would have went with something besides the green. Sometimes I kind of get locked in a box when I choose an outfit. I'm like, oh, well, I could wear this. It'll match this palette. And I look at the color story in the palette and then I look at the color story that I'm wearing and it's like, oh, yeah, I can make a certain thing work if I use that green. But dude, I don't really care for olive green on me in this way. Like when it's like a totally olive green, like grungy look, I don't really care for that on me as much. I feel like it looks super neutral. It's almost like I'm wearing brown. And so that's what it feels like when I wear it and I don't love it as much. I basically covered the purple and it's not even showing. So the purple is actually very dark. It's so buildable that it looked almost black. Like it looked like it was this color by the time I was done with it in the inner corner where it wasn't blent or anything like that. So like if you can see it, it's like, it's almost black. Like it's very, very dark. The colors, the shadows are much darker. The shadows that I've used, as I knew they would be, are much darker than they appear. I'm glad that I knew that already before I used it. I already had a feeling about that. And so I'm gonna maybe try to do a look with just one color and see if it's like, can be like super dimensional and super blendable and buildable. So anyways, I am totally happy with this palette. I love the performance. I'm really only going into it the way that I am because I've only had one, well, besides the Creepy Cute. So actually that's a lie. I've had 2 Shroud palettes and one of them is the Creepy Cute, which is the reigning champion of all pastel palettes. So you can't beat it. And was Creepy Cute, Shroud used to be Strobe and my Creepy Cute is from when Shroud was Strobe. Actually, the only 2 palettes that I do have from Shroud are Moonfall and It's Freakin' Bats. Also, I was considering I kind of want to do some looks with the It's Freakin' Bats palette and just kind of play around with this and just have fun with it. So I just don't like the color. I don't like it that I chose that grungy olive green because I just don't care for that look on me. It's just a little more serious than I like to be. almost always. So if I'm gonna do a grungy look, I want it to be like reds and romantic grunge, or like purple grunge, or like even like that grungy brownie purpley color, like grunge in the Not Normal palette. So anyways, I digress. That has nothing to do with this palette. It has everything to do with my shitty personality again. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you just like my sparkling personality, my boyish charm, and hang out with me in the comments, because I fucking love it. If you get like halfway through this video and you're like, oh my god, she's so pretty till she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check me out on Instagram. I don't talk as much on Instagram. And if you're like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really feel, then go check out my Patreon. The link is in my description box, and it's also in my highlights on my Instagram page if you want to check that out. I don't hold anything back on there, and I go live most Fridays. Thank you so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.